Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new session of the HPP Innovation Week, the benchmark event on high-pressure processing technology for the food and beverage industry. I am David Flores, Sales Manager for EMEA region with Hyperbaric, and I'm here to present the next session named MAP and Skin Packaging for Seafood and Ready-to-Eat Products under HPP. Today, we have Gonzalo Campos from Silder with us, who will give us the presentation. Hi, Gonzalo. How are you?
So excited, David. Thank you so much for inviting me. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. So before we kick off with the session, I will just briefly introduce Gonzalo. Gonzalo has worked in Silder since 2007. His main function is to develop the fish and convenience ready meals packaging market in EMEA region. Along with the sales team, he carries out the strategic project with key account to develop more sustainable and functional packaging solutions that enhance product image and create new sales by attracting new customers on new moments of consumption. His area of expertise is new concept and product development, packaging development, digital marketing, and branding. Enjoys help transforming fish and foods commodities in value-added seafood nutritional concepts. Wow, interesting profile, Gonzalo. So when you're ready, the audience is eager to listen to you.
Thank you so much, David. Let's get started. In name of Leader Corporation, it's a privilege to address this fantastic audience. Thank you so much, Hyperbaric, for inviting us to your fantastic HPP Innovation Week event. And everything about my presentation is to help reassure quality and presentation with the best protection, obviously HPP as well, in synergy with the best packaging. So let's just get started. Our purpose is very important to mention right now because we're here to protect, right? To solve critical packaging challenges of our customers and leave this world better than we found it. So our values, what do we do with this? Well, basically we partner with our customers to solve the most pressing challenges, right? So solve the source challenges that are affecting our world right now by delivering new solutions with lots of innovation with our unmatched industry knowledge and expertise. As well, we are creating a more efficient and secure and less wasteful global supply chain. How do we do this? Well, basically with our essential food packaging, which is the packaging that is in direct contact with food, and with our protected packaging solutions, which are enhancing global commerce with fulfillment and bringing all this protection to the global worldwide movement of goods. So our pledge on circularity and plastics by 2025 is extremely pragmatic and important for me to address today, as well as the 2040 net zero carbon emission pledge that we did. So let's just start with the circularity of plastics by 2025. By 100% of our solutions are designed to be recyclable or reusable, okay? And 50% of the average recycling content, it will be introduced into these structures. Out of that, 60% will come from post-consumer recycled content. Okay, we're collaborating with global partners because this is something that it cannot be done on our own, right? And we're doing this in order to increase the recycling and reuse rates globally. So we are presenting here, and I'm very proud of this because this is our EMEA Innovation and Development Centers. So they are located in Pasirana, in Italy, and we have a whole team of scientists, microbiologists, food experts, marketing, sales. I mean, you name it. It's like a campus of knowledge and solutions where we're bringing innovation to our customers, right? So we have all kinds of packaging systems in display in order to create the packaging, to solve the packaging needs of our customers and create those packaging of the future. So the innovations areas where we're focusing are so broad, as you can see below right here, from extrusion technology, convenience features, surface modification, all the way to new test methods. And leaving a link here on the latest events that we did in 2020 in order to illustrate how do we bring the whole supply chain together to this innovation center and create the future. If food waste were a country, okay, this is so dramatic for me to talk about, and that's why it's part of our purpose, to reduce food waste with our solution. So if food waste were a country, if you can see in this graph, it would be the third largest emitting country in the world. So we cannot allow this to keep happening, and that's why we are here to help reduce food waste. And in combination with great technologies such as HPP, I'm sure that we are in the good way to reduce food waste, as we will illustrate in the rest of our presentation. So we are not just one consumable product that you may think plastic, okay, yeah, it's just one film or this or that. No, we are more than that. We are a whole solution that involves primary packaging, secondary packaging, packaging equipment, and packaging automation in order to deliver a turnkey solution to our customers, right? So it's the convergence of protective packaging and food packaging in order to help you lead in the e-commerce channel as well. Let's get a little bit more into what are the trends and insights of the market. So basically, digitalization is going to help accelerate change, and processors could leverage sustainability packaging to help delight new audiences. So basically, the pillars of these trends are health and wellness. I think this is very macro, right? It could affect all, not only fish or ready meals, it could affect all the food sectors. But basically, what I'm trying to say here is that people that are looking not only for healthy things for their gut, they're also looking for healthy things for the brand. So these products must be extremely relevant, and packaging is going to help transmit this relevance. Easy to cook. I guess everybody went through a C19 experience, so we all became experts in the kitchen or creating some foods at our home. And everybody's rediscovering convenience, right? As we are moving into our normal lives, everybody will need to benefit from healthy convenience pre-pack, all right? So simple and variety for home cooking and entertainment is very important. Shifting channels, there is the regular distribution for retail, but also is emerging the direct-to-consumer, the DTC model, and the food delivery. How are these going to be packed and benefit from flexible packaging? Well, for sure, we do have an answer for that. And the consumers are at home, right? Most of us are either working, studying, or do a hybrid model, right, where we go to the office, but still a lot of people is at home. So if we know that the consumer at home, how we're going to become relevant to them, how we're going to enhance their lifestyle? Well, basically with easy-to-cook products, maybe to replace the topper, okay? People will need these convenience solutions to facilitate their lifestyle for sure. And sustainability is in everything we do, is embedded in everything we do. And we're working with new materials with reduced down gauge, materials with PCR content, which is post-consumer recycled content. And we are developing with our innovation more structures which are entering into recycled streams with number 1 and number 4 and number 5, which is PET, PE, and PP. The modern convenience for consumers, this slide applies a little bit more to convenience foods. Basically, the new consumer is more selective, is very demanding, is curious, right? And it advocates reassurances, which are food safety for sure. Reassurances that packaging is more recyclable, reassurances that I have a longer shelf life, reassurances on all kinds of certifications, right? So this is a requirement for the industry because in order to please their indulgence, we need to come up with this fantastic assortment, right, that calls their attention and it becomes relevant. They are also looking for comfort, basically comfort rules, as I am writing here, because they're looking for solutions that could fit them, but in a healthy way, and in smaller formats maybe. So takeaway and food delivery is everywhere, as we can see. If you go through the city, any city in the world right now, you can see all these deliveries apps and the delivery people doing their jobs. So this is a must. We start seeing the emerging of takeaway, gas kitchens, and all kinds of delivery fast food fast to their homes. So how is this, again, going to be packed? Well, we really believe that we have the solutions for this, and we will show you today. So love your veggies, plant-based is really booming and emerging. This is becoming a mainstream thing. But are all the solutions going to be ready for these categories? Well, probably so. And especially we have created new materials that are vegan compliant as well, right? So we have exciting things to show you, but the requirements for the industry is to help through packaging and novel technologies for a better storytelling, with transmit the right values, to create trust, to bring transparency, convenience, and to deliver these certifications that are needed. So, key packaging sustainable attributes. This is extremely important because everything needs to be packed in order to enable commerce, right? But we have to give the priority, which is protection and transparency. It's so important right now to show the quality and the naturalness of the product, to extend shelf life, to avoid food waste reduction. And therefore, you may need other functionalities that could be very helpful, such as allowing heat treatment or allowing HPP processes, where the flexible packaging solution is validated for such treatment. And by the way, we're very proud and to mention that most of our solutions are fit for use for this fantastic technology, but also offering easy opening or other functionalities. Sealing is extremely important because we need to be able to guarantee hermeticity, okay, especially when you are combining to an HPP program. It involves water, and therefore barriers against humidity or it's very important. Reassure of reduction of the packaging is important, and everything towards guaranteeing the circular economy recyclability. So what is this packaging system that we're talking about? So for this presentation, we are going to be focusing on MAP packaging and skin packaging, as you can see right here. I am giving you a quick overview of different packaging systems that we have that could also work perfectly well with HPP, such as the vertical form fin seal PPP, for fluids. It's fantastic with no head space, fantastic system. But if we're focusing on MAP and tray skin today, I have some notes here for you on the left, where it says that flexible packaging is extremely important as a synergy with this HPP because of the aesthetically appealing. It has to be, at the end of the day, aesthetically appealing for the consumer as well. It has to be water resistant. It has to deliver barrier to oxygen, barrier to water, steam, hermetic. Pack design is extremely important, and the dimensions of the pack, because there might be packs that have the wrong angle, right? Or there might be packs that have sharp edges. So all of these things have to be well considered and designed properly before starting any project, not necessarily an HPP, but even more for HPP. And so rounded edges, we have to make sure that we don't have too much cap size. We need packs that are lower in cap size, so we don't put so much pressure on the elongation of the top film selected. The pack geometry is extremely important because we want to optimize the cylinder filling, and therefore the whole operational efficiency, and to do more packs per batch. Right, so the filling rate, it will be completely benefit from a great packaging system. And we're very excited that I have a very nice solution for you in the following slides. So for efficiency is consider vacuum packaging, especially skin packaging, and BPP, that it could be one of the best efficient solutions for HPP. So I'm sorry for that. So if we keep talking about packaging technologies, and as I said, we're going to be focusing on skin and MAP. Is a skin or MAP ideal for HPP? Well, both could work. One could work more than the other. It depends on the raw material, actually, not necessarily always on the packaging. The raw material is very important. What is the type of raw material that we're working on? Okay, I have selected here whitefish, which works well with HPP. And for example, what are the benefits if we talk about the skin and MAP? Well, reduction of plastic, depending on the amount of plastic used in the base, obviously. We could increase more packs, more raw material of products in the pack, better product protection, and we can control odors. If you go into a skin packaging, for sure you don't need any absorbents. Maybe you want to include it to have a reassurance on no drips, but usually it's not needed. Better visibility on the shelf, for sure. Once after you need to merchandise these products. So packaging is adapted fantastically to the e-commerce, for the volumetric weight configuration as well. Less replacement of the shelves, space savings, improved texture. You keep the juices inside. There's nothing go outside. And if we talk about shelf life before HPP, right, there is equivalent approximately to 7 days. So there's a lot of advantages really to go directly into skin packaging if we compare both. Both guaranteed the shelf life, both guaranteed quality, but in terms of operational efficiency and merchandising and cost, even potentially, it will be even better to really do a good exercise of cost calculation with the skin packaging. Okay, so let's move on a little bit here. So what are the factors affecting product quality? Well, we have intrinsic factors and extrinsic factors. Basically, with intrinsic factors, we are starting with the composition of the product, right? So this is basically the nutrients, the active enzymes, natural antimicrobial components, the initial organoleptic characteristics of the product, physical and chemical characteristics of the product, the hygienic and sanitary conditions of the raw material, and the final product before packaging is important, and this is something to consider. As extrinsic factors, you have them right here. Again, the properties of the product are very important in order to design the efficient gas mix needed. The ratio of the volume between the gas and the volume of the product is important to consider. Proper handling of the product to be packaged, packaging choice for protection, that means barriers, basically, and hygienic sanitary conditions of the equipment and the packaging material as well, and usage of complementary conservation techniques, and also the chilling storage temperature. This is important. So could innovative packaging and HPP help consumers adopt new habits, right? I'm truly convinced that it is possible to do this, and consumers perceive fresh as healthy, and they are actually trading up for new tasteful, healthy, easy, and convenient experiences, especially and ideally with no preservatives. So is packaging and novel technologies going to enable new habits? I'm convinced, as I said, and examples are right here, right in front of us, right in the shelves in many countries in the world and within Europe. And we can see as well, a great success that is with spreads. And as you can see, guacamole or avocado spread and tomato, as well as fruits. You can see all the way to fish, ready meals that they are benefiting from a different technology, which is the skin packaging, and HPP, which are fluids and spreads and sauces, and they are benefiting from big pouches or dispensing small pouches for food service. So let's get into packaging a little bit more in depth. So for Sealed Air, we have a cryovac brand for food packaging and traded in applications for MAP, and I have this to show you. So depending on the application, right, as I mentioned to you, the raw material is very important. And what are the needs of this raw material? For sure, we start with a capital investment that we might have, a machine that seals to inside cut or to outside cut, that seals to this structure or that structure, which is polyethylene sealant, polypropylene sealant, PET sealant, it depends. whatever the need it might be, and whatever the functionality might be, as you can see in this table, there is a film solution ready from our portfolio. So barriers, EVOH, or anti-fog, shrinking, printing, peelable, pasteurization or not, microwavable, you name it. And to reduce the headspace is very important, so we don't put too much tension in the top film selected. And also, if we're talking about products that are each time more natural and they don't have any preservatives or any additives, and they're going to be combined with this state-of-the-art technology, HPP, but then probably they will be displayed into shelves that may have special lights, right? Special lights that may be a little bit demanding into the product through the merchandising. Perhaps there could be opportunities for some materials with UV light. Okay, well, we do have that as well. So if we keep talking about trade leading and opportunities for better performance under HPP, so please follow me up right here. It's very important, this image right here on the left, okay? I am putting here below challenges, right? What do I mean here? This might not be the right, it's not the right tray selection for HPP, okay? The right tray selection may not have this challenge created with the right angle at 90 degrees, right? The head space must be reduced. The relation between the pack and length and width, it has to be considered. So I see challenges here on this application. I put it in purpose, right? So we can discuss about, it's not only about the opportunities, but also the challenges, and that could create a tremendous problem with merchandising, compressing the pack, pack integrity, deformation, and hermeticity. So this image on the left is an example of not a good way to do it, okay? Another see here is that on merchandising, right? I make sure I remove the branding and labels because these products are not really with HPP. I'm just trying to highlight the challenges on packaging, right? But this merchandising, the juices, the sauces could stick right into the lead material. So it could give a product that perhaps is not selected from the shelf, right? So why to have that? And maybe sticking on the top film. And it could raise even food waste. So perhaps for that particular product design, maybe I could have selected maybe skin packaging instead of this, right? So, or maybe I leave no head space and just leave the whole pack right there in tray leading, but without any head space. So if we continue right on the picture on the right, okay, pack design improvements. So low depth of the tray, minimize the head space. For sure, not having a right angle at 90 degree, low edges, wide ceiling area, and rounded corners. Because when we're filling the cylinder, right, we cannot have sharp edges in the corner because that could come and create potentially puncture or implosion issues with the rest of the pack. So we have to make sure to do the proper right design, tray design, and pack design. So convenient meals with great presentation. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about our great portfolio of solutions. We do have solutions that could go for 41 to 56 micron. This is a material that is enabling several ready meals programs. So basically it could be sealing into a PP sealing PP EVOH PP tray, or a thermoformable base, mono PP or PP EVOH PP, as you can see right here, is anti-fog, is peelable, is pasteurizable. It has all kinds of functionalities that are very convenient for a ready meal project, self-ventilation, and if needed for merchandising reasons, we can also do sandwich printable. So our material is the flexible material, and it is for internal and external cut equipment. Now, then another material that I want to present, and I'm very excited, and this is one of the leaders in Europe for sealing on PP trays, is the 39 micron structure. It goes through the film, high barrier with excellent optics and transparency. As you can see in the picture right here above, right, other solutions could not perform well, and then they would be full of VAO, right? You can see right here, but our solution is really delivering a fantastic anti-fog in the market, plus peelable. And it also could be combined with heat-treatable applications upstream and further downstream by the customer, and it has potential self-ventilation. So the great thing about sustainability here is that it's helping as well reducing the weight versus consumer laminates, more than 30% versus the 55 or 60 micron. So some examples in the Iberian Peninsula market that are benefiting already. This is just few examples. There are multiple commercial applications out there. And now another material that this is based on PET structure, okay, for those CPET trays. So we do have in this family, it's called the Silapil family, we have materials that could be on case ready, right? So for non-heat treatment, and these materials are right here for PET trays, and materials that are for ready meals, which are sealed onto CPET trays structure. So again, very thin material, okay, delivering great transparency, hermeticity, high optical properties, peeling one piece, and this is extremely important in current situation right now, because we are enabling the full separation between the flexible and the tray, right? So the tray could move on into a further sorting or collection stream, right? And so seal through contamination, exceptional high speed sealability, and prolong the product freshness. So we have a new structure that is going to enable the recovery of the food service, which is the OSF 30CHS, which is sterilizable for ambient foods as well. All right, so now it's time to talk about Darfresh, and this is very exciting because this is our state-of-the-art skin packaging system. And basically, the big difference between Darfresh skin packaging and thermoforming is that, okay, both could work for HPP. Okay, as a start, I want to be, I want to assure you that. However, what could be the benefit? The benefit, if you're going into a skin packaging, basically is that you contour seal, as you can see from the picture right here. You seal in the whole area instead of sealing only on the perimeter of the pack, right? Also, the presentation of the pack in thermoforming, you only go below, you thermoform, you go below the sealing area. In the Darfresh skin packaging technology, you thermoform and you also protrude, right? So you can really have multiple opportunities on pack design and pack display, right? With a really 3D effect, right? So let's move on. Again, I have selected some pictures on whitefish, which works fantastically with HPP, and Darfresh is enabling the best cubic fit, right? That is the fitting more packs in the cylinder, and the product retains its integrity, and it offers a great merchandising after the HPP process. Okay, so we have in this technology, we have Darfresh roll stock, where you basically thermoform and you create your pack. So this is starting from the left. In the middle, if you can see that we have thickened here the into black, that means that it's a pre-made tray. Okay, is the state-of-the-art. On the right, pardon me, on the right, we're going to talk about the state-of-the-art technology Darfresh on tray, which is also departing on a pre-made tray, but we are going to cut the film into a completely innovative way, and we are also perforating through the pack in order to do a high vacuum, a more innovative packaging system. So Darfresh on tray is the next and the state-of-the-art on the whole Darfresh packaging system. But the three of them, it could benefit with HPP. So let's keep talking about Grab Grand Darfresh, a more sustainable portfolio, reassuring food safety, user experience, and the omni-channel, and how we're going to do that. So with pack weight reduction, right? And you can see here a pack of whitefish, and right here on the where I'm saying that you can benefit from horizontal and vertical merchandising. Well, we call this Darfresh flexible, okay? Where usually you have a 350 micron structure. Well, we are going to down gauge to 147 structure in the bottom, okay, plus the top web. Okay, and then we are going to create shapes, and this could be fantastic, as we will see in the next slide, for HPP for sure. If we are talking about printing materials, where we can print up to 10 colors, all kinds of designs, and we can do this in different type of structures, like a pet structure right here. And we are offering a convenient and easy opening. So basically, any packaging format that you see here could work for fresh, chilled, and frozen as well. So within our portfolio of materials on the left side, okay, it could be the portfolio of materials and the different microns that we could offer in order to deliver great, fresh, and natural raw materials, okay, back for success. So we can see here rigid and semi-rigid structures, 7 colors. We have different ranges with different structures, a PET PE standard or mono PET. And for heat treatment on the right side, we have structures that are mono PP or PP EVOH PP or alternative PP EVOH PE. So depending on the application, depending on the need, depending on the market, okay, we have the solution that is going to help with more sustainable and more functional materials. Let's continue with Darfresh. So we're going to offer great performance with our top web solutions, and mostly our top webs will be able to deliver a solution for different strategies. If you want to go for mono PP, or if you want to go for PET, like you can see right here in the middle, or if you want to go for PPPE or PET PE, we do have a solution for that. Most of our Darfresh materials, either top webs and bottom webs, work fantastically and are fit for use for HPP. However, there are always some exceptions. So laminated vase, which could be silver golden or golden silver, things like that. Or obviously, we are enabling the cardboard skins applications in the market with a liner and a top web, right? However, because any solution that is a cardboard will also need to go through a water process in HPP, so it's not recommended to do that. And aluminum trays without liner, perhaps they're not fully benefited from cohesive failure sealing. Maybe it's just sticking, and that could probably give some hermeticity issues. But beyond that, perhaps if you have a material that is alu, it could potentially bend or not keep its shape when you are maximizing the filling of the cylinder, only because of that reason. But more sustainable and best quality top skin application for multiple sealing opportunities, we have it. Cryovac brand Darfresh enables the omni-channel and helps so much the direct-to-consumer models, the e-commerce models, and the e-commerce needs of all the food industry. Basically, how does it work? With extending shelf life, enhancing consumer unboxing experiences, because you can create shapes, right? With a great pack appearance, with easy opening. We are going to help merchandise with printing. We are going to facilitate the cube optimization, right? And if we benefit from structures that are more recyclable, okay, this is going to also help with the whole sustainability message for our customers. So reducing plastic even more with Cryovac brand Darfresh Flex. I promise you I had a picture for you for that. This is just to inspire you of how we can potentially improve the cylinder filling rate and the operational efficiency and decrease costs if we're trying to do a project with the Darfresh technology plus the HPP. You can do it in tray skin, you can do it in Darfresh on tray, you can do it in pre-made tray, but consider it Darfresh Flex as well. Look at all the great opportunities to maximize the filling rate. So how we're going to do that? The equipment is right here in front of you. So this is the Darfresh Ulma thermoform lines that whatever the pack design that we might choose, we can do all kinds of pack custom made. Okay, and basically we have chosen an example here for a 250 to 127. We have a 6.5 gram only of plastic material to deliver these fantastic reassure products that could be great to enter HPP process or to be directly microwave, as you know. So it's time to present some examples. So we do have several customers trusting on our solutions for their HPP processes, and here are some of their brands and their products in the market, from the Italian market right here. And in France, there are great success stories as well, okay? And I like to talk about Simple Steps technology. Pardon me, I went too fast. This is the brand for heat treatment and enabling all these indulgent, healthy, convenience foods. So this is a material that could be offered as top web for rigid pre-made trays, or materials that could be the bottom and the top web for thermoformable bottom mono PP or PPE via HPP. So we are helping reducing the plastic usage and reduce the energy consumption, okay, with these materials, because everything could be done at once. You can do the ready meal, cook, ship, salt, reheat, and frozen in the same pack. And because of the low cap size, and because you can pasteurize in the pack, and you can benefit from energy reduction as well by using this technology. So some examples right here, where our films are compatible for PP trays or PET sealant trays. Okay, so from 75 to 100 micromaterials, you can do heat treatment, and it's valid for HPP. More ideas, more products here where, they're benefiting from vertical display, longer shelf life, easy opening, or they're combining into different structures, PP or CP trays. More examples, fantastic program from Italy again, with a extent of shelf life by combining with HPP on pre-made trays. Examples of fantastic programs from Singapore, where they are pasteurizing the pack, they're offering a long shelf life, microwavable. Examples from the United States, where they are doing, again, synergies with HPP and our packaging with simple steps. And just to finalize, this is the basic entry-level equipment, the DM100 equipment. If you want to get started faster, and if you want to explore the omni-channel with all the reassurances of a great packaging system, if you want to do up to 1 million packs with a production up to 10 packs per minute, we invite you to consider the Cryovac brand Darfresh, the DN100 Darfresh on-tray system that is going to enable you to direct to consumer, to retail, to omni-channel, you name it, okay, with no scrap. So to finalize, as a conclusion, I wanted to show you what could be a fresh, safe, healthy, and easy to cook destination. I call it like that because we are here to combine packaging and novel technologies in order to guarantee safety, to guarantee relevance, to guarantee products that are going to fit the lifestyles of the modern consumer, therefore becoming a destination, right? So combined with HPP for reassurance of naturalness, food safety, quality, trust, we're going to deliver a unique user experience. So in Nemosil, we'd like to thank you very much for this opportunity. If you have some questions, please type them in the chat of this broadcast, and I'll be looking forward to talk with David for more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gonzalo. It was a very interesting presentation. So we have some time for a few questions. Remember that you can always, as Gonzalo has just said, type into the chat. You can email us or email Gonzalo directly, wherever you want. But from the few ones that we have been reading now, I have selected a few. So Gonzalo, you have been telling us about the skin and matte and MAP packaging, the difference that they have, and the effects that they have for the HPP processing. But in general, how do you see the future of skin versus MAP packaging?
Thank you, David. Great question indeed. I think there is future for both. Basically, as I said during my presentation, it depends on the product. It depends on the merchandising expectation. It depends on what are we solving, right? Who is the customer? What is the customer expecting? So there could be products that could really benefit from skin packaging, but there could be some recipes, not only products, that could actually benefit from a low cap size, no headspace, tray leading MAP application, right? So there's room for both. We start to see in fresh protein, especially on fresh fish, we start to see more and more skin packaging coming mainstream. It started all the way in the UK, then in France, now in Italy, Spain, Scandinavia, Germany, so the relevance is there, operational efficiency is there, is coming, and more mainstream. But for ready meals, there are multiple ready meals that are enabled so far in skin packaging as well. They benefit from the simple steps technology, but they are, and I must be honest here, there are some ready meals that may not benefit as always on being compressed, right? So I think the particular scenario of ready meals, both technologies could be delivered solution. Depends on the final recipe, on the final needs of the product, basically.
Sure. So my next question was actually regarding the best packaging solution for a ready-to-eat meal, and you already addressed it. And but I will give you a different view. So do you think that skin packaging it's starting to gain market because of the vertical display possibilities, and or how do you see it?
Fantastic question. Because, if we think about from the retail mindset of a physical store, yes, vertical merchandising is ideal, right? Because you are merchandising product, you're not merchandising a pack, right? You're highlighting your quality, the benefits of you could benefit from transparency, right? And you could really display everything about the storytelling of your quality, of your texture, of everything of your product. People can see it through, and vertical merchandising is a great attribute that skin packaging is enabling, right? But now let's think from a different mindset, the mindset of the omni-channel, the mindset of the e-commerce needs, right? Where you are clicking you're clicking from a display, and something arrives to you, right? And that arrives to you, the recipe should not move, right? It should be fit, it should be beautiful, it should really be inviting and give you a user experience. It should create trust, right? And reassurance for you. So I believe that skin packaging for ready meals, it could be transformative, because it could really deliver a consistent message from what I see on the screen, okay, to what's in a shelf, and what I'm receiving at home.
Sure. Yeah. You're totally right. And the last question, as we are running out of time, I have seen in your presentation you already addressed some issues of sustainability and so on. So how do you think that your packaging solutions help improve sustainability?
Thank you, David, for the opportunity to answer this very important and crucial question. As I mentioned during my slides, right, we make a pledge for 2025, where all materials will be recyclable, right? We make another pledge for 2040 where we call the net zero, right? Where everything is going to be towards reducing the carbon emissions. So here in Still There, our 2020 sustainability goals demonstrate our commitment and accountability for our sustainable solutions and superior products in order to to be empowered and innovative and do better every day. So how are we going to do this? Basically through material usage, right? We can down gauge, we can suggest the industry how basically they're going to reduce the thickness of the material so they use less plastic. Okay, yes, you are listening to me right. We are actually advising, let's do this right. Let's do this the most secure way, but let's do this with the less plastic possible. Okay, and guarantee that there will be no damage within the supply chain. And we are also reassuring the shelf life of the product. So how to do that is very important. It requires innovation. It requires adapting our packaging structures in order to deliver more recyclable structures, more design ready, more structures that are ready for recycling, and structures that are using more recycling content on it. Okay, so I this is and by doing this, guaranteeing that the operational performance is there and the shelf life is not going to be compromised, I think that we're really improving the sustainability of the overall global food chain.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, great answer also for a difficult question. And well, this innovative solution that you are providing are addressing the problem and creating, of course, a part of the solution. Well, we don't have more time for questions. Remember, guys, that you can leave more questions on the chat. We will give you the answer to everything. And thank you so much, Gonzalo, for joining us in the session. It's been a pleasure to count on your experience today. And I have to only have a few more minutes to say goodbye to the audience. And please stay tuned to the next session on the HPP Innovation Week. I hope to see you soon. Bye, Gonzalo.
Bye, David. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.